Go. Hello.
Hey, we're late. Sorry. As you can
It's all
see,
my
I'm
fault.
dying.
My bad. It's my fault. My bad.
It's not David's fault. It's my fault.
It's always
But
David's
that's
fault.
Listen, two of us are dealing with COVID brain fog. One of us is having existential crises. One of us is dealing with some shit, and Ford's just Ford.
I could
That
be
sounds
dealing
about
with
right.
some stuff.
You haven't. You're not around enough to tell us what you're dealing with.
Oh no, I'm being called out on stream.
How often do we talk to you, Ford?
You
Maybe
are a
once a
mystic
week.
entity that appears once a week to do this
Not
game
even
for
once
us.
a week, man. We're lucky if we get it once a month at this point. We're just like, oh,
I'm sorry. I work full time.
so do I, motherfucker. I'm still on here every single day.
He's also a
Speaking of
newlywed,
life.
though.
That's also true. He's getting it on.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I wasn't talking about that. It's more of like, you know, they're
Wait a damn minute.
getting
Sorry,
into their
I'm
house
not-
together and you know,
Remember,
dealing
this is
with
supposed
life
to be a
stuff.
PG-13 stream. Let's try to keep it that way.
Man, no, it
No,
ain't.
we're not.
We are an
No, it
18
ain't.
plus stream. We
Yeah.
have said that so many times.
This has
Man,
never
we
been a
are far-
PG-13 stream.
We are
No, it's
R
the-
It's
fucking
probably not
rated.
rated R, but
We
it's
are
definitely M for
Not
mature.
13.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm getting into Koresh energy, so I will come at every single one of you fuckers at some point in this episode. I guarantee it. I'm sorry to tell you. Been a while. I need to. Get
Oh
back
well,
to my roots.
that's fine with me. I'm fine with that.
Ramino, you're such a simp that you decided to change your oath for a woman.
Yeah, what about it?
He's not even denying it.
Here, I'm just being a shit.
I care about my friends. Is there a problem with that?
No, not a problem at all. I didn't say it was a bad thing.
It's true.
Girl power, motherfuckers.
Girl power or whatever, you know.
Now, just imagine later Ramonor like just corners Koresh.
I protect my friends.
And just like does this whole thing.
Don't try to insult me about it.
Motherfucker, I'm not insulting you. I'm being a shithead imp what I normally do. It's not insulting, it's said endearingly and with love. Pokes in nose.
I was just saying, just imagine.
Well,
If that happens, you may have Koresh saying some other things.
Ramonor actually gets angry about something like that.
It's all good.
I feel like Koresh would be just surprised. He's just like, what the fuck?
Koresh
What
is
is
like,
this?
fuck, that's hot.
Ramonor's be like,
Ah,
And you just have Az and Connor on the side. You'd be like, is he broken? Is he broken? just
Slice
passing
over
the-
popcorn.
Yep. In a mug of ale.
did his
Mug of
gate
ale.
did his gate
popcorn.
come out?
It's just
Did his gate come
both
out?
Eating it, drinking it.
The ship isn't Az and Connor, everybody. This entire time we've been setting up Ramonor and Koresh.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't think that relationship would survive.
Oh, it would.
I don't think it would. I think Koresh would be constantly pissed that Ramonor is only happy at all points in time.
Well, I-
Damn it, have another emotion!
No, it's okay.
Get angry at me!
You'll see. You'll see.
Fight
Just-
me!
Just wait. Now my machinations are at work, and you're not safe.
see,
Whoever said I wanted to be safe.
you guys might think this is water, but this is moonshine.
Oh fuck. That is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you just say that's moonshine?
We're all gonna die. We're all.
All right,
dead.
So what you're
Let's start-
saying
let's start
is
rolling
the
up
entire
the
episode
characters.
is flammable.
Yep. Let's start rolling up new characters, guys, because clearly we're all gonna die.
All right. Well, good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. We really appreciate you. So I've got some really cool updates for our fan base and for our players that they probably haven't. Well, I think I mentioned it, but I haven't dropped any names yet because we haven't fully signed all contracts, so we can't drop names. But our podcast landed 2 sponsors this past 2 weeks. We've made all the agreements. I'm just waiting for paperwork to get back into my inbox, and we'll be good to go. So I'm really excited. podcast is getting off the ground, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Put a lot of work into the editing. David, you have a question in your mouth.
I'll have to wait patiently.
Well, I can tell you after stream, but people can't know. Yeah.
Now we need to focus on getting some sponsors for the stream too. You know,
It's-
the baby we started with.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Don't listen. It took me a while to get podcast sponsors. Okay.
Hey, listen, I'm not hating. I'm proud of us. I'm just saying that this is everything. This is where we all started.
This is where it began.
This is where it all began.
Well,
In a world.
team, thanks so much for being here. And our lovely Twitch watchers, thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate you guys. As of right now, we are Twisted Perceptions, presented to you by Player Hair Gaming. I say as of right now, not in a weird way. We will always be Twisted Perceptions, brought to you by Player Hair Gaming. But
I'm
yeah,
a little scared there for a second.
no.
Wait, is there something we need to talk about, Ford?
What the fuck?
There is not. There is not. Okay.
Don't
so
worry,
this is
there will
why
be an
they feel
uprising. We'll
That's
take
why they
player
feel like
gaming.
I'm never around, because when I'm working on Twitch streaming and podcast things, I usually just have my Discord off, and I'm working to get things moving forward for us. That's why I'm usually not around. But yeah. So not last week, about 3 weeks ago, we left off with a person dropping off a piece of metal onto Az detected some magic and found out that it was divination magic, and quickly caught the person who dropped it on her. Connor and Ramanor are currently on their way back to meet up with the other two, while after their misadventures with Plug, Koresh and Az are now beginning to interrogate a man who seems to have almost translucent blue skin, when you can see the blue and red veins going through his face.
Very nice. So that just makes it even more fun when my dagger comes out and it's aimed directly at his fucking testicles.
All right.
You
What
know,
you-
in all
You can
honesty, I don't think anybody's really surprised by that.
No, it's
Az is
correct.
just like holding him up, and she looks at Koresh and just,
that's a lot less threatening when you consider some people are into that.
Yeah, well, if they come off, he's never going to be able to breed again, so at least we'll be free of his stupidity.
she kind of like jostles him a little bit.
I think you know exactly how this is going to go. Do I even need to start asking my questions?
He looks at you and doesn't say anything.
Wow.
Can I insight him to see if he's being a shit or if it's because he can't speak?
Sure, give him an insight. Give me an
I
insight
will
check.
give you the help action on that, so you have advantage.
Go for it.
16 with
Why does
advantage.
part of me want to make Ramonar really good at interrogation, creepily so? just like
No. Ramona doesn't need to be creepy about it. Ramona just needs to stand there and be like, "I'm disappointed in you."
Oh no!
I'm not mad.
No.
I'm
Um,
just disappointed.
They have a whole break.
Those balls burst.
Oh. He can't speak. Not out loud.
It's kind of just
This is rather inconvenient. Can you at least speak telepathically?
He does.
A
You get
simple-
nothing.
he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, you get nothing.
Well, I mean, we can hear if he can make sounds, at least, if I stab him.
Hey, ever
Or we can tie him the fuck up and just drag him along with the others.
Connor, roll me a d4.
Okay. It's a 2.
All right, cool. Continue.
So, Koresh is going to look to Az, look down at the dagger, look at this poor motherfucker. Can you nod your head yes and no?
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. I don't have my acceleration turned off. 5 seconds. I'm sorry. I'm a dummy. No, system. Turn on acceleration. Relaunch. Okay. Give me the thing.
Intimidation.
I know. I'm waiting for my shit to reload because
No
I had
problem.
to.
Why must the chat have good ideas?
What's the chat saying? I don't have Twitch open.
They're saying Ramonor should hug the man because he won't expect
Oh
it.
my god.
Okay. Intimidation.
Yes.
Let's see what I get. I got a plus 14 to that bitch. Can you please roll? That would be a 24.
All right. Against his 9, he nods yes.
Okay.
Mommy Robin.
So,
Mommy ass, Daddy Ramonor.
here's how this is gonna go. I'm going to ask you some yes or no questions.
Fuck.
You are going to answer me honestly, or they're going to be calling you half sack for the rest of your life. How does that sound? Agreeable?
Slowly, yes.
Okay, cool. So, you decided to put that piece of metal on us, didn't you? Is it about the group that we're... Okay, is it about the group that we are with? Is it about her home? Is somebody tracking us? Or trying to track us?
Was this personal? Or do you have well, was this personal? I suppose if a nodding yes or no. This is rather inconvenient.
Of course it's inconvenient. Is somebody trying to watch our movements? Well, there's a couple of different ways we can deal with this. Either we kill this guy and he's never seen us, and therefore nobody will ever fucking know that we were here, or...
Thunder Ramonor finally catch up to you guys. That was what the D4 was for.
Or we just leave him with the piece of metal and we get the fuck out of town as quickly as possible.
What's this about a piece of metal?
Oh,
Piece of metal with divination magic being put onto it and then was trying to be planted on Az. It's not about the group that we're with and it's not about her home, but somebody is trying to keep tabs on our movements. Not necessarily to track us, but just to be aware of where we are. I don't like that in the slightest, which is why I had the dagger right up next to the left ball of this motherfucker right here.
Ramonor will walk up and just put a hand on the man's shoulder. Like gripping the entire fucking thing, because Ramonor's giant. Can
can you talk? Okay.
Talking, just nodding.
Az is still just kind of standing there holding him.
Hey, Connor,
Yeah.
can I have a gemstone from the gauntlet?
I like your thinking. And he does still have one left. Takes off the gemstone, puts it right into the man's hand and just says, "Hold that."
You hear a clicking sound.
Okay, that's definitely a new.
Amara will use as a connection between the stones to speak to him. Can you hear me?
That's all you hear is a clicking sound.
Clicking.
Yep.
Do I recognize it as a language?
Do you speak Abyssal?
No. But do I recognize that it would be a language?
Yeah, you would recognize that it would be a language.
Technically, because of the stones are all connected, we all hear it.
Anybody speak Abyssal?
Hang on.
It's unfortunate only Sylvan was learned from the random thing that made you only know one language.
Wait a damn minute, I still have that thing!
Weird.
But we don't know what language it is, so we can't specifically wish for
Sorry,
the language.
And
Give me a second.
because Abyssal comes from, what is
Abyss.
it called? Shadowfell, right?
Yeah, in the Abyss, but yes.
In the Abyss.
It's like a
Would
demonic
Ramondor know
language.
about it because of religion?
Give me a religion check with advantage.
I can speak Abyssal.
Oh, you can speak Abyssal.
I can speak Abyssal.
Oh,
Whoa.
need to turn on.
I knew one of us knew it. I knew one of us knew it.
Knowing that how we choose languages as players, yeah.
The 13. Oh wait, you said advantage, right?
Yeah, advantage.
Can I just roll
That's a
in
religion
person? I don't want to go
Yeah, I
and do
don't-
the acceleration
I,
bullshit.
I prefer people roll in person.
8 plus 5. I got the same roll twice. That's 13.
Yeah, with 13, you can't really pinpoint what language it is. But, Koresh, if you are connected to the stones and you speak Abyssal, my friend, you hear him say, "We were brought here by other planar beings, and we were told to put this on her. That's all I know."
Planar beings, what the fuck?
So I will respond in kind. Extra planar beings.
You guys just hear Koresh just start clicking all over the place.
Ew. Az is looking at him
No, I'm just kidding.
like he's crazy.
Connor's
Extra
gonna be like-
planar.
Connors be like, pulls out like out of nowhere, like Lizange, like, "Hey,
Actually,
you
you
need
know what? I
this?"
have the perfect voice for this. I have the perfect voice for this.
Extra planar beings. Are we talking astral sea or perhaps the abyss itself from which this language professes?
Plot twist, Twisted is going up into the astral sea, guys. We're all gonna become pirates.
Gem
Astral sea
spell, gem
pirates!
spell,
Astral
gem.
pirates, astral
Listen,
pirates.
listen. Does nobody
I
else
do
realize
not know.
his background? Come on, for its background. Come on. That's
Yeah,
clearly actual street. That is clearly the
Street?
actual sea. Apparently, I can't talk. Leave me alone.
I gotta try and keep this fucking voice going. Goddamn. Okay.
Well, you don't have to try. You just want to.
You're just extra like that.
Did you happen to see your employers?
No, but they did this to me. They said they can reverse it if I do this.
Did what to you?
My face.
Oh, so they're the reason you're fugly like a cat.
Indeed.
Right, okay, I get this a little more now.
How's your throat doing, babe?
Actually, it's going okay. It's not terrible.
Well, if we decide to let you live and allow you to go on your way, perhaps you don't tell them that you saw us. and I won't have to find you.
Would you like that to be
Shush,
intimidation?
balls.
Or would you like that to be intimidation or persuasion?
Let me check what my bonuses are to both. I'll make that intimidation.
Okay.
That would be another 24.
Okay. He looks at you and he says, "But if I come back with this shard, I will be killed."
Oh. Why don't you let me find some poor sucker to plant it on?
He just hands it to you.
Much obliged.
Now, good DM Ford, I have a
Good
question
DM.
for you.
See, here's the problem. You're calling me good DM when you know.
No, just hang on. Just hang on. I
You're pleading
would
with
like
the demon here.
I would like to cast Dispel Magic on it. Thank you very much.
Ooh, dispel magic. Okay, sure.
So that can because that does end a magical effect on any sort of word. So let's see.
Oh
do I
yeah,
have
sure. It surely does. Yeah.
Do I
like-
have to roll for this?
What level are you casting it at?
You know what? We're gonna be a shit. And I'm going to cast this at 5th level.
Let me check something. Google.
I really don't like his tone.
It's okay. It's okay. Because even if I have to roll for it, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty okay, guys. I'm not terrible. I'm pretty good.
Well, depends who you ask.
You motherfucker.
Oh, wow. Okay, you say you're casting out the 5th level?
Yes.
Okay, it works.
Yes.
So Koresh just like holds up the piece of metal, and almost like the tongue that he was speaking was already like doing some mystical hoodoo nonsense on it. And you watch this little wisp of black fog just pass by his tongue and ensnare around the little metal object. And you watch as the magic that's in it, it begins to crackle and flicker and then sputter out.
Cool.
Out of curiosity, do you know what kind of metal this is?
Just iron.
No.
And he puts it in a breast pocket and then pulls the dagger away from the balls.
Sweet. All right, cool.
Because I feel bad that I took away your chance at a better face.
What I'm going to do... Where is it?
Hey, Ford.
Hey.
Can I make a quick medicine check to see if I know if there's a spell or some sort of medicine I can do to help with this man's face?
Sure.
Meanwhile, Koresh is taking his bedroll and like
What am
cutting
I-
it out to make a mask.
What am I rolling for?
You're rolling a medicine check?
Medicine, okay. That is an 8.
Yeah. You don't know what's going on.
Honor's just looking confused. All he hears is just grumbles and crackling and all that crap.
Okay, so you dispelled the magic. Great. Anything else, friends?
He's just gonna look around and be like, yeah, it's just like, so what are we doing with him now?
No.
Well,
You don't.
so Koresh is taking a bedroll and is slowly like where like the hood of like a sleeping bag would be, like, you know, those sleeping bags that are basically like it's just an entire like you basically turn yourself into a colorful caterpillar basically.
Sure.
So
yeah.
he's taken the hood portion of that off and put a couple of eye holes in it and hands it over. It's like,
I can't really fix it yet. However, I promise I will do my best to find a way. I do have a bit of pull at certain circles.
You promise.
What's your name?
I don't give that to people.
Well, how else in the fuck am I gonna find you?
Call me Blueface.
Blueface? Is that what he said?
Blueface, baby.
Oh God, we got a rapper in the chat.
It's Blueface, baby.
Stop it! Hi.
He just comes into you, he's like, please don't talk like I need something for you. High horse never been a place to speak from. For the right source of exaggerated freedom, please come running, please somebody, please call a lifeline.
What the fuck
Copyright.
just happened?
No.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, okay? I've already been in the mood for some like bars over the past couple of weeks. I've been trying to write some shit. Anyways, so correct.
Come on, guys, I'm black. Of course I can rap.
Yeah, we've had this discussion before. You freestyled for me, and I was like, "What the fuck? Where did this come from?" Anyway,
Doesn't surprise me.
it doesn't. But at the same time, you know, I don't like to generalize. Anyways, I'm just. Yeah, no, as I'm saying this, it's like you start seeing a little red dot try and find its way to my forehead. Cancelled.
Just gave me an idea. Just gave me an idea for something. Keep going. Keep going.
Hey, Ford.
So,
Hey, what's up?
Hey, is it kind of clear that this man is doing this against his will? Even without the, like, hearing words from him, but, like, just that he doesn't necessarily want to be here.
Yes, it sounds like most of everything he's done has been under compulsion.
Okay. Want that information for a few moments from now. Go ahead, James.
so Koresh looks to Blueface, baby. Anyway, and it's just like,
Well,
if I can find
if I can find a way to fix it, I will. If I don't, I will not make any promises. I'm already kind of in the doghouse with Faye for some shit like that.
Hey, you say?
We aren't in the pit house with the Fae anymore.
we're not.
No, we're not.
We got all of our stuff
Remember?
back. Like, yeah, it's fine.
I
Well.
don't remember this.
This was like about 8 weeks ago now.
Was this a day that I wasn't here?
No,
Did
you were
something
here.
happen?
No, you were here.
What did we do? Because we were talking to the hags and they were like, "You're getting us back now, but don't try us again." What
Yeah,
have we
you killed
done?
you killed Krezon, you freed them.
Oh, that was a Krezon thing. I fucking don't remember this shit. I think I was too busy with the shock of having to kill my dead brother. Anyways,
Yeah, that
That'll do
would
it.
track. That would track. That would
I
definitely
mean,
Do I
Also-
be putting y'all through trauma? Like, should I just stop?
track. Yeah. No.
No,
You're
no, no.
fine.
oh,
fine.
yes.
But also, anyway,
Trauma.
since we're kind of diverging,
I just
a
had to
little
kill my dead brother. I'm sorry.
bit, Twitch followers, comments. Let's try to push for that, right? Yeah.
Push for what? What's the comment?
He said, if you want to hear more of me rapping, try and get to 150 followers, and then we'll be putting it on our Patreon. Ugh.
Man, listen, if we're doing this, I will hop on a track with you. We will make some magic happen, baby.
200 followers. We'll get both of them on it.
my
I'm-
God.
I got beats, man. I got people who can
no,
make
no,
this
no. We're
shit.
just gonna make a
See-
rap intro to Twisted Perception.
I'm just not
That's
like
what's
a.
gonna
I'm not like a real rapper, you know.
Bullshit,
Buddy,
man.
you
You said it
still
right
busted out
now.
a freestyle that was better
Thor
than a
doesn't
lot
rap.
of
He'll play the sax on the track.
Okay, no,
Yes.
I need to get paid for that.
Fair.
Ford. Saxophone jazz beat with me and a vocal. Let's
just
come
just
on,
go
man.
listen to Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. That's all you need,
Why,
buddy.
why do I want a line and it's just me talking about how I'm a white boy and I can't rap, but here's the...
Listen, man, I'm mostly
No, but you
white,
have
and
to
I
do it
still
in the
this
Ramonor
shit.
voice.
He said,
I'm a
everybody-
white boy, I can't really rap.
Every time I said I can't mess with no bitch, you can figure it out.
All right, back on track. Back on track. Back on track.
God,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
so-
Listen, I can't rap. I'm not a real rapper. Okay.
Continue,
You forget
James.
that I'm heard you. I'm gonna wait for him to rethink that statement. Anyways, so, Crash,
I'm not going to promise
anything.
anything, but that I will do my best to find a solution. I'm still pretty good at what I do. Finding shit I'm not supposed to is one of them.
Can you tell your woman to let me down?
As it's okay, you can let him down now. We have an understanding.
Ramonor still has a hand on his shoulder, though. Not squeezing.
Even though,
Okay,
even though
so
she lets
as
go.
drops him, he's still
No, she
floating
just
in the
yeah,
air.
she just unceremoniously plop.
And then
Not
he's
even-
still floating in the air with Ramonor. Like
He's not
hovering.
like gripping super hard. He'll let him go down and he'll just keep his hand on his shoulder.
Okay. He's like, can you like tell your friend to let me go? I'd like
And Ramonor hugs him.
give me a strength check.
Are you? I'm not trying to kill him. Fuck. Natural 20 for 24.
Okay, he instinctively goes to like hip throw you, but you
He's just. He just continues hugging. Maybe a little bit of a squeeze.
Ramonor, you're traumatizing the poor lad. I get you're trying to be nice, but you know, some people aren't about the physical affection.
I get the sense he needs one. Whether or not he says he needs one.
I mean, he said he needs a new face. I think we should focus on that first.
He's just gonna look back to the dude that he's hugging. And you're likely not going to be going back to the people who did this to you. Or if you do, you're going to be in trouble. I'm sorry you have to do this at their will.
I am translating this properly into Abyssal, so that
Right.
there's a little more fluency.
Get down just that way. You'll point back to where they just came from. Go to the temple. Tell them Ramonor sent you. You might be able to help.
Are there any watchers there?
Was there watchers?
You probably saw one or two.
There are. But make sure they know that Ramonor sent you. They may be able to help you and send you back to your home.
That's what I want.
That is what he wants.
Mhm.
So this entire time, it's just like a fucking like of just like cacophony sounds of nastiness, and then Koresh just like unceremoniously looks up. He wants to go home.
Alright, like I said, go to the temple. There are going to be watchers. Be friendly. Don't attack them. Don't urge them on. Let them know what happened to you. They may be able to fix what happened to you. And then they can send you home. They have the capability. They're kind people. They just like to keep our plane clean from others.
He just walks away towards the direction.
I'm plucking the stone back.
Smart man. Okay, cool.
As
I'm
he
actually gonna
starts-
live one of those
as he
three.
starts walking away,
A little bit of another question. What plane are you from exactly?
The Feywilds. They wouldn't allow me to speak in any other language I know besides this.
Koresh is gonna compartmentalize all of the shit that's happened with the face so far, and just like, and then just like,
Well, now I know where to find you if I find you. Sure.
My home is hard to get to.
We're tenacious motherfuckers.
And he just leaves.
I just put the stone back onto my gauntlet.
We turned
Okay,
a villain good. Maybe.
I look
don't know.
down and my dog is just staring up at me.
I'm wondering if his super sensitive hearing can just hear the demonic fucking bullshit coming out of my mouth, and it's just like, Dad, are you okay? Is there something I need to know?
Is the devil coming for your soul, Dad?
Koresh really just
No,
said,
it's not
"We
the
are
devil."
Venom."
So looking to them again.
Back now.
Connor's just be like, all right, so we're heading to Katoon, right?
Yeah, I believe that's our plan.
I believe that's your plan.
Yes.
I
Okay.
am done at the
Remember-
temple.
Let's
Oh,
just remember, they have a really big crossbow.
should I go take
or-
one of the doors again?
Was there a deadline to when we had to get to Katoon, just as a question?
You got a few days.
I have an instrument being constructed that I'd rather not leave here unattended for very long. While I like the guy a lot. He's also very, very well known for, if we're not here for a certain period of time, he'll just sell the shit that we commissioned, and then my gold goes to waste.
Okay, and how long is that going to take?
He said, like, what, a day, 2 days?
And what's the deadline to get to Katoon again?
About 3 days.
3 days. And how,
We'll be
what's
cutting it
the
close.
what's the travel time over there? A day?
Yeah, about a day.
Probably best we go handle our business before coming back for it.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, Connor actually thinks about this for a minute. No, it's possible. I was warned about not using this and everything else, but screw it. Let's head up there. Let's go to Katoon. Let's try to get into the town. And within about a day and a half, I'll open the gate. And me and Koresh will go get his instrument and come back.
Yeah, you'd
This
be able
part.
to use the spear at that point, wouldn't you? It'd be
I could use the
more
sphere
of
at
a
any.
teleportation thing, less of a walking.
Exactly. Since I've already been here, it recognizes locations of the city due to ley lines and all that, and makes things
Fair enough.
easier to transport between cities. Now,
All right.
there has been something I've been trying to tinker with, and it might help us get through, and I might end up splattering into the wall. But we'll find out when we get there. So let's head off.
Well, I mean, realistically, anything that jettisons you into a wall using magic most of the time, it also jettisons out. Perhaps it'll jettison you on the right side of the wall.
I haven't really been able to test it out. It's just a theory.
Mayhaps.
It's just a theory.
He's been jettisoned into a wall before.
Right, man.
I've already been thrown into enough walls and trees and all that, so it really wouldn't surprise me at the end of the day.
He's tough. He can handle it.
Yeah.
We're going
Just
to an entire city full of people with asses tight enough to turn coal into diamonds, okay? At this point, we're basically a walking circus troupe trying to enter into, like, a noble palace.
And I can carry a giant stone door and block their attacks from however far away.
So
I
pretty
think
much
we'll
we're
be
going
fine.
back to Forest Gump. Got it. Okay.
Should I grab another door in case they try to attack us before we get there?
Are you really
Nah,
going
you
to carry
can
that?
just rip the one off the gate.
That's not.
Rip the one off the gate.
Connor's just going to just drop his head down and just walk out.
Can we walk past where those doors were and see if the door is still just laying there on the ground?
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to walk past there.
Is the door still laying there on the ground?
As you guys walk up towards past the and behind the Coliseum, you notice that there's really a construction crew back there now, finally getting to find a way to get this door back up and onto its hinges. They're having a hard time.
Can Ramonor help?
Yeah, give me a strength check, Robert.
Can I just use the natural 20 I rolled a minute ago for the mans?
Sure, yeah.
Ramonor just stands it up, grabs it, and walks back over.
Who's got the hinges?
They're like dumbfounded, and then they just immediately get to working on it. And one of the guards asks you, "Who are you?"
I'm the one who took it down.
Oh, you got paid for that.
I just put it back up, so it's fine.
No, the man hours. You have to pay for that.
Hold up.
I just cut your man hours probably in half.
Back looking like, why? Why?
Guys, listen. Hey, you know me. All right? And like quick flash of the face with disguise self.
He looks at you and
correct.
he says, Koresh, you still owe us 30 gold from last time we let you out of prison.
Maybe you should stay quiet, Koresh.
Listen.
You got
No.
caught.
No. Now they've got some fucking beef. Okay, listen. I can't help it that motherfucker pseudo dragon decided to take a bite out of my fucking ass. Okay, he got what the fuck he deserved.
You still haven't gotten what we deserve. Money.
You don't deserve shit. He fucking bit my ass. He should have been paying me. Guess what? Your money
Koresh?
is fucking shit to me. Listen, this
Koresh.
motherfucker has helped pay for the reparations. Everything is fine. Okay?
Reparations.
Yeah, he sorry, that's the wrong word.
Connor,
My man said I need
Repairs.
40 acres a mule.
Connor's gonna look to Az and just be like,
My
"Do you
bad.
think we
My
could just knock
fucking
them
brain
out at
said
this
things.
point?"
Listen. One, no, I am not giving you 30 gold. You can hop off of your high horse and then shove a fucking stick so far up your ass that it comes out your fucking throat. Two, he just helped fix the door. That shit's fucking well and paid for. The city fucking did it. At this point, you don't need shit from us. We're just going to ex-nay. Okay? Or, realistically, that motherfucker ripped that door off and then put it back up just as quickly as he took it off. So do you really want to try your chances of getting involved with him, me, and my other two scary friends over here?
Connor just waves.
I don't think he was talking about you.
Give me intimidation with the advantage.
Probably not, but can you at least give me that a little bit? Is that okay?
I am
Tiny.
I am
Tiny
purely expecting
Alright,
this to
this boy.
backfire.
Nah, man, advantage with a plus 14? That's a
Two
33,
natural
baby.
ones. No,
That's a 33, baby.
okay, cool. They're just like, I gotta pee. And he just runs. Okay.
There's a simple charm to how you speak to people in this city.
So you turn around and you start heading towards Katan. This time,
Yeah.
you are not being hit by a giant arrow out of nowhere. And you walk across this giant bridge that is bridging the gap between probably a 300 foot 300 yard walk across a lake or a river that separates these two. So it's technically the island that the place that Katoon sits on is technically an island, very very technically, but it is an island. And as you do, you can see in the far distance giant stone and metal walls. You don't recognize the metal immediately. Those of you who have been friends with metal workers would recognize this as copper. It's kind of hard to understand why people would use copper as walls, but as you guys get closer and closer, you recognize that there are things at the bottom of it that are attached to these walls, and every so often you can see a big puff of white smoke coming out of them. And you see someone meet you maybe a mile before you get to the wall itself, And he says, "Hold it! You're entering the territory of Khatun. Who are you?" And that's when we take our break.
What's our group name again? It was Fate's Hand?
Fate's
Fate's
hand.
hand.
Yeah.
Fate's hand.
Fate's Hand.
Scary skeleton Bigby's hand.
Alrighty. We will see y'all in a bit. Anybody got stuff to say before we take a break?
Nope.
Just be here when we come back, and like I said, 150 followers, 200. You know.
We get 3,000 followers. David will post a dick pic on our Patreon.
That's not
What?
no. That's a different website there,
No.
Ford.
That's a different website. We'll open up an OnlyFans.
We'll see y'all before it gets too out of hand.
Oh.
God.
Welcome back, everybody.
Also, I'm eating.
Hey guys, Shaq, you want to do the thing?
I mean, I can't. All right.
Talk about our social medias.
Hello. If you are new and you don't know me, that's not gonna last long. And hello to all the people who do know me very well. Hi, I'm Shaq, and I'm here to go tell you to do the social media things because, you know, if you like us, and I really hope you do like us and all the absolute insanity and chaos that we represent, and if you would like to engage with us and stick around, here's how you do it. You'll find a link tree here on our Twitch page, and that's going to take you to anywhere important that you need to get to. Namely, our you're going to hop into the Player Hater Gaming Discord. Is a really big thing because you'll be able to interact with us as people, but also the other amazing people in Player Hater Gaming, including other tables and just other D&D nerds. Those of you that are artists who like to draw and meet other artists, or those of you who are gamers and like to game, you're going to find those kind of people there too. So, if you want to be part of that community of Player Hater Gaming where we are looking to better connect, that would be really awesome. We also, for those of you who are maybe new to D&D and would like to learn but don't have time for a campaign, or those of you who would like to play D&D and don't have a campaign at current but would still like to play, we have our West Marches server, and you'll find the link for that on there. You'll be able to do text D&D roleplay. You'll play in games that are run by some of us here on stream, and other people that volunteer to be our DMs in that server that run and play characters and do the stuff. We also have other social media platforms. If you want to watch our previous videos, you'll go check out our YouTube that has our uploaded previous episodes to catch up on the sheer insanity this campaign has been from start to current. So, oh, and also I love bringing it out there, like, not just campaign, but all of our like one-shot, two-shot things that have been going on too. I've honestly, like, we've had a lot of fun with those. We've had a lot of guests on for most of our one-shots and two-shots too, so you'll see not just us, but a lot of other really cool people. So go ahead and check those out. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to fill up the time. Very soon here we'll be putting up information on the podcast once we have enough things prepared to start releasing that, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, we are 4 episodes deep. All 4 episodes have been edited. I'm still wanting to get a couple more episodes, and hopefully we get to release in the next month. But I'm real excited to have some fun with this. So,
and I know that everybody's probably going to ask the one important question about it. What will be the release schedule?
What will be the release schedule? Every other week. We're planning on releasing every 2 weeks. That's in line with other Dungeons and Dragons podcasts, and we're trying to find a good day to release on. I think Mondays are a good day to release on. You know, that Monday commute to work is the worst, besides Riley, because he always just has to roll out of bed to his desk. But that Monday commute to work sucks. So
I mean, the
why
commute
not
from my
brighten
bed to my
your motherfucking
desk.
day?
The commute from my bed to my desk kind of sucks. But
Why not brighten your motherfucking day with a D&D podcast full of people who say terrible things? Yeah.
How dare you? I'm a fucking saint.
God.
You dropped one F-bomb at least while saying you were a saint.
God damn it, Riley! You can't say fuck.
I am a fucking saint.
God fucking damn it, you little shit, you can't say fuck.
Oh man. Well, welcome back to Twisted Perceptions, an 18+ Twitch stream where we're not safe for children.
That wasn't clear from the get-go.
If that was not clear from the get-go, which I hope it was, but if it
Especially
wasn't,
the comment at our, like, just before us going to break.
Okay. All right, guys. So a man walks up to you who looks like he's in a guard's outfit, polished brass armor, and he looks at you and he says, "Who are you? You're entering the area of Khatun."
Hi. We are Fate's Hand. You may have heard of us, you may have not, I don't know. We have mission here.
He looks at you and he's like, "No one has missions here. Who sent you?"
Be incorrect.
Your mother.
just looks at Az and like the jaw drops, and then the high five comes out. Like, come on, you can't neglect this one. Come on. Ah, that's right.
Okay.
I told you we were trading. Would that be better?
Well, now I know you're lying.
I didn't say it was the truth. I said would it be better if I said it?
Oh, it would have been much better, yes. But so why are you really here?
Actually, hang on. I want to see if I.
What
have
exactly
stuff.
was the
Okay, I'll go
details
back
that
to
we had?
David spoke with Ford. Ford said meet him in Catan.
Ah.
That's about it.
Shit,
He's
I
just
thought
gonna
I
be
had it. I was gonna use Gift of Gab and just fuck this man's brain up real quick, but no, never mind.
Do you want another talking to?
I can take the psychic damage, big boy.
This one might hurt more.
You see this rib? It's made of beef and was cooked on a smoker, which means I want all of it.
Who are you to say we
Um,
don't have business here?
Who are you?
He's gonna-
business.
He's gonna look to the actual guard and be like, "Well, we're actually somebody is expecting us within the walls, so therefore, are you going to stop us from going in and actually dealing with our business?"
Yes. Until you tell me who you were doing business with.
Do you know of a man named Ford?
He looks for a second, and he like brings out his flip book, and he's like,
Get out the
He doesn't.
Rolodex.
Pocket
he
Rolodex.
He doesn't have many visitors.
Yes. Well, I know. that.
Az kind of like gently punches Connor in the side, and he's like, "Hey, pull out that vibrating thing."
Yeah, piss boy, come on, pull out the vibrating thing.
Fresh. As. Leave the man
What
alone.
does? What do you want
It's
from me?
a mask, not just a vibrating thing. You worded it specifically to make fun of him.
I'm more curious about the fact that you seem to know the implications of what vibrations can do.
Yeah, I thought you were like a whole
By the idea of his red face, it's something I don't
Anyway.
want to know.
As it stands, he's expecting us.
Look, there should be a name on your list. There should be a name on your list for Connor Gloomhand. Apparently they're close friends.
Can you prove it? We don't get lists.
Okay.
We just
What
ask for proof.
exactly would you consider proof?
So you have a blade made by Ford himself. Those who are close friends all have blades.
I have something better, actually. And then at this point, he just takes out the strike mask, but it holds it up by his face.
His eyes go wide, and he's like, "You're a strike team member.
Now, are you gonna stop me?
I would never."
So, lead us inside, lead us to Ford, and cut the shit.
He said he like snaps his fingers, and big puffs of steam come out of both sides, and the doors open on their own, and you see a giant city made out of stone and metals. As you walk deeper in, you can smell moisture in the air. It smells like it's about to rain, but there are no clouds in the sky. You look around, and it reeks of like raw iron, and you look down, and there are actually tracks underneath you. And if you touch them, which I'm sure one of you will, you get like a tiny little shock from them.
Connor's not touching it. No.
Ramonor's not
Connor-
touching it.
He's
Oh, you
nature
see
based. He
Koresh?
doesn't like this city at all.
All you see is Koresh like walk forward without looking, and then his foot touches the fucking rail and.
He says,
like that.
he looks at you and he says, by the
Why does
way,
it do the shock? Why is
By-
it
by-
the things?
by the way, this place is very different from anything you've ever known. Be careful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. The metal
And
thing's
he
shocked.
twirls his hand, and as the doors are closing, he says, Ford is in the central castle.
Of course he is. And he goes like,
Koresh just
"Oh, wait! Before you go, where's the huge arrow launcher? Just curious."
He says, the turrets, they're up top.
Good to know. And he's gonna turn and look towards probably the biggest building in the center of town, and be like, "Yeah, of course he would actually be there." You think the fact that this man who actually doesn't like to have attention to himself would pick one of the most discreet places, but no, always ends up in the biggest building with the biggest sign on the front.
You guys,
Connor, how the fuck do you know somebody who is potentially bumping uglies with somebody who is of the royal family?
Very simple. The man was once just a very simple blacksmith until he had an accident, kind of. Met a god. And things just went completely haywire after that. So, yeah. And Connor's gonna start walking towards the castle.
sounds good. You guys walk through and you see a lot of things that you just haven't seen before. You see someone walking around and they would look like your average ranger, but they're holding a metal bow. Or
Like an
you-
actual bow, or are you trying to call a gun a metal bow?
No, it's an actual bow.
Okay.
No, I'm sure you guys could look at something and be like, that's not a weapon, but it's a flintlock pistol, something like that. Like, no, but you guys walk about 10 minutes into the center of town until you get to this giant building. And another guard looks at you and he says, oh, you're here already. He's been expecting you, looking at Connor. And he opens the door.
Connor doesn't even stop. As he's opening the door, Connor's still walking in.
You guys following Connor?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Don't have anything else to do.
He
All
over
right.
here, he knows exactly what he's doing.
All right, cool. So you see a squire stop you all in the castle, and he looks and he says, "Welcome, Sir Gloomhand. I'm assuming you're looking for Mr. Ford, correct?"
Yes.
Well, he is just in this meeting room over here.
Thank you. And he's
You
gonna
got it.
walk through.
You guys walk into a room, and you see a half-orc man with the bottom half of his jaw turned metal and a metal arm. And you can see that there is a gear in the center of his chest, and he is completely blindfolded.
I'm just gonna walk in and actually kind of like stop for a minute, like. Ford, what by Emerin have you gotten yourself into this time?
Now listen, I may be the chosen one of a god, but I am not immortal.
How is it that Ion somehow sends you off onto the most dangerous missions, and you, who has now been granted her sight, cannot see when you're going to be maimed and possibly murdered by the looks of it?
Hey, I chose to have this done.
I'm sorry to I'm sorry to interject. Can we rewind it real quick? Chosen of a god and what?
You say that as if you aren't. You made one.
I made one.
did.
It doesn't mean he chose me. He
No, he
chose me
kinda-
after I made him. That doesn't really help.
That's the same thing. That's pretty.
He looks over at all of you. He says, you're Raminor, you're Koresh, and you're Az.
Yep, I am Ramanor.
He knows Giant because he's a.
Yeah. He knows Giant.
He knows that his
Gave it
name
away.
is something in Giant.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I?
No, I don't.
I'll send it to you.
Sweet. Shaq, what were you saying?
Az is just like, oh no, what gave it away?
You seem a little mean.
Been quite
Heavy-handed, abrasive.
He looks at you. He said, "As you are," and he looks around, and he's like making sure no one else is around. He says, "You're Azura Zerosa of the Zerosa family, right?"
Kind of like looks like she wants to smack him already. Like no thought, just like stab. But then she kind of looks sideways at Connor.
And Connor's just like,
You didn't tell me anything.
this is his thing. This is his thing.
I found this out on my own.
Okay, smart guy. What the fuck do you know about me?
Oh, that was a very stupid question. Connor's gonna sit down, throw his feet up on a table, and just wait.
You're a changeling, led by your feelings. Your name is Frimhold, if I remember correct. Which I'm usually correct. You recently killed your dead brother. You've had a hard life.
Hang
I-
on, Wi-Fi's dying.
I think I need to go murder something.
You've had a hard life.
Escaping the guard.
I've had a
And
hard.
she, like-
I can't imagine that. He right as you start to leave, he's like, I wouldn't leave.
Thrash is already grabbing her arm. It's like, you're not fucking going anywhere. If I am dealing with Hoodoo McGee that knows my fucking name, you are too.
And then he looks over to Raminor. He's like, ha, big cow man. Funny.
Az kind of just like, excuse you.
Do you speak giant?
No.
That's what his name means.
She looks at Raminor.
That sounds about right, actually.
You guys didn't know that?
Never disclosed this.
I didn't think it necessary. It's kind of evident.
Absolutely necessary.
It's kind of evident. I mean, have you seen me?
Everything about
We
you
have-
makes so much
we
more
have-
sense.
We have the milkman, who is Big Cowman by name, and Milkman by thieving association. Sided with Piss Boy.
I swear to God,
Lorna, is there something we need to know about your name?
I swear
Hmm.
on Emran's
What
name. Wait, hold on,
language
hold
is your name from, Connor?
We don't want to know what Frimhold actually means in Fae.
Oh, I
Uh,
absolutely need to know this.
What else do you know
no,
about me?
No, I'm not telling you. He didn't say that out loud. He just
What
said
else
God damn
do
it.
I know about you, Raminor?
Yeah,
What is there to know? Other than
I
milk?
know you killed Strahd.
Question: would we know any? Okay, because
Sure.
world things.
Yeah.
Would any of the rest of us even know, like, who Strahd is and what that implies?
You would
Is it-
know that
I mean, yeah, Connor would, but
there was a vampire lord, and you can roll to know the name, like if you remember the name, and basically he like held an entire
that was a
country
22.
hostage. Yeah, you know.
Fuck.
He's like he looks around and is like, you and your team killed Strahd.
we did.
That was a long time ago, though. Well,
Uh,
not really a long time ago, but like a long time ago.
yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's been about half my life.
Yeah, it has. But for Azuris, it was at this point probably 21 years ago.
Keep calling me that, and I will not hesitate to stab you.
Trust me. Trust me on this one.
As
You're not really gonna succeed. I've tried.
That
I
you
know.
have. Wasn't that
Uh-huh.
after San Savni died?
I'm going to murder you for bringing that up.
I'm sure
Okay.
you will.
Okay. Everybody, let's calm down a second.
That's Unsavni.
Just. Yes, that's unsafe.
Oh,
If we're going to try and kill this motherfucker, it's going to end up in a bad time because I have a feeling that this motherfucker can pull some Taskmaster shit, and just know what the fuck we're going to do before we do it. By the way,
Oh.
Who the
I'm
fuck is
making,
Taskmaster?
I'm making this canon in this world that
God.
Taskmaster from Marvel Comics.
Oh,
I swear to God. No! No! No!
There's like a monk out there somewhere who gained legendary acclaim.
Oh man. It's
Oh,
just
now
a,
you guys
it's a
gotta
monk
hunt the
rogue.
Taskmaster.
It's a monk rogue
Why?
mastermind.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay,
I have officially made every
Ford looks at all, he's like,
correction I've made.
he looks at you and he's like, okay, I'm done poking fun and we need to talk.
That's the reason why I came here.
All of you have been gone through a lot this past year or so. And I'm unsure if you are going to survive it. So, I'm here to give you just a couple of tidbits of knowledge. Will you take them?
From you?
hey,
He takes out a notebook, he takes out a quill, puts down some ink, is like, I'm ready.
Right, here's this. Sees him pulling out the book, and immediately his book is open, and he flips past a couple of pages to where he's been writing Tam's story, and he's going to like put it almost near the back of the book. And he's ready for whatever the fuck
More.
Mr. Miyagi over here has to say.
Ramonor is canonically not a note taker.
He looks to Az.
Az pulls off her gloves to reveal like the now mute like blackett, metallic symbiotic hand thing. And then she like forms a dagger and starts cleaning out her nails.
He's like, oh wow, haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, apparently we found that kid's secondary home,
Kid,
some shit.
it's
Yeah,
one of my
that
partners are talking about.
Yeah.
You found that at the
Some-
Free Sword compound.
A free sword. I know that he mentioned that there was one that they found.
Yeah.
But this was another one. We also found a Fae there.
Oh, did you kill it?
No, she was actually trapped in it. We kind of let her go back to the Feywild.
Okay.
I'm not in the habit of killing fairies if I don't need to.
Smart
hey,
man.
I mean, all you gotta do is chant that you believe in them, and they'll come back to life. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Or just say their name.
I'll take the information, but even if I die, so long as our mission gets complete, it's no concern to me whether I live.
I know. Well, he looks over to Az and he says, Az, you willing to take the information?
Why do I need to? They're the ones with the paper.
I never asked you to take notes. But I've got something
Just
for
for
each one
habit.
of y'all. He looks over to Ramonor and he says, Ramonor, sometimes you gotta let it out more than once.
Why is it that I feel that Ford is just the walking personality tests that you take for online?
What are you
This
talking
man
about?
just So like, you know those like little quizzes you can take online, and like, what's your personality type? ENFTP or whatever the fuck. And Ford's just out here like, oh, I'm gonna give you all of that, but instead of all the numbers, I'm just gonna call you out on your shit real quick.
No, yeah, that's good.
Sure, yeah, totally, yeah.
Is he specifically referencing the once a year thing?
Yep.
Hmm.
He said he looks at you and he says, sometimes you gotta let it out.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Looks over to Connor, says, Connor, I've told you this many times. It's not your fault. Also, Connor, what you're looking for, it's in a really hot place. Good luck.
He's just gonna put his pen down. He's like, "Fuck."
A really hot place. Volcano.
Goresh, whatever it is you're running from, it won't stop running.
I think I kind of. And like you just kind of see him try to come up with a witty retort, but like this is the first time, and the rest of them will take this. Will notice this, especially as Koresh is just like sitting there, and like the book he's holding, small little dagger claws just kind of like poking through the cover of the book, like why can't I think of anything? Fuck.
And he looks to Az. I'm sorry. Wow. I got choked up for a second. He looks to Az and he says, Az, I'm sorry. Mind flares. And then he says, that's all I have.
Anna's just kind of like points at him, looks like she wants to mouth off, pulls her finger back, keeps her mean thoughts to herself.
Can I make some kind of check to see the connection from what Az has told us into what he just said?
Sure. I'll give you a couple options.
Romanor knows already, though, doesn't he?
A little bit, yeah. Ramanor knows a little bit. Have you shared with them what you've deduced? I don't think you have.
No, Ramanor hasn't said
Necessarily.
anything.
I think he probably wait until it was the right time. Right now might be the right time.
Oh.
I still would like to make a check.
Sure.
What are my options here?
What are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to figure out, because I know Az mentioned not being able to control herself, not being and having to do all of the things at the beck and whim of some mages. Now, out of character knowledge of what I know about mind flayers, most of them in Magic don't mix, and there's only a select few that actually will learn the arcane arts and then become like a fringe society almost.
Yep.
Am I able to make the connection that they are the ones that actually did this?
Oh, give me an intelligence check. Would that
Just
be
straight
intelligence? Would that wisdom? Yeah, give me a wisdom check. I'm sorry. We want to apply. Yeah, we want to apply knowledge, not ascertain knowledge. So give me wisdom.
Oh, that's a -1 modifier. Let's try it. That's a 7.
A 7. Yeah, you're not really able to figure out what he means.
Would Connor
do weird things.
Would Connor know anything about mind flayers?
Let's continue the conversation before you guys continue.
Yeah. No. We can
Yeah.
continue. Yeah.
He says,
I just figured that I stuff.
no, yeah. Ramana?
As the attack on your home came from mind flayers. Reason I know I was greeted by one claiming to be my vengeance. And I saw a vision. The past, future, whatever you want to call it, of us going to your home and taking on mind flayers.
It stands just so very still for a solid few moments. And just eyes slowly close, and she's trying to keep some kind of composure. I am going to step outside for air and to think. And if one of you tries to stop me, it is not going to end well. And turns to step outside. And if you want to insight, she's not gonna.
I might try to.
I'm gonna try.
You know, honestly, I think the three boys would actually try to incite her, just because
That's
of
a
the
26
fact.
for correct. Everybody could roll.
That's
I'm
28.
Me and Connor are like, we fucking know you, bitch.
Hold on.
For reference, Ford rolled a 21 with a 6.
She's not lying. She doesn't plan to go anywhere other than just to go outside and think.
Natural
Yeah.
20 for 26.
Oh shit!
We all just looked at Az and were like, we know exactly what you're thinking.
She isn't lying.
Oh.
She's not gonna run off and commit murder. She is just gonna go outside.
She wants to,
Alright.
though.
Fresh.
Um,
Going to cast. Where the fuck is it? I know I have it. I think I have it. Fresh is going to cast Greater Invisibility on himself. And is simply going to stick within at least 30 feet and just make sure she doesn't accidentally kill anybody. He's going to give her space. But, you know, one motherfucker says the wrong thing when Az is reflecting and somebody's gonna end up with their windpipe in their fucking hands.
That is true.
So I will also roll stealth. And because of greater invisibility, I get it with advantage.
Meanwhile,
Which
the
would be
two
a
of them
25.
kind of disappear. Connor's gonna look to Ford and be like, "So, I do have a question for you, though. Depends on how long you've been in the city, so you may or may not have the answer. A few months ago, we were in Orsted. One of the mask wielders. We found him dead. Brought him back. He gave us the mask. And then we were shot out by a bolt coming from the tomb. We also had a fox that just kind of seemed like it was running this way, which we did end up having to put 6 feet on the ground. Would you know, by chance, who may have actually shot at us?
probably the town guard. If there's any notice of any threat, they activate those tolerants up there and they shoot as far as they need to get rid of it.
So they saw us as a threat.
They probably saw that fox as a threat and you were bringing it close.
I squash it with a stone door.
Yeah, it was dead before it actually even... before that bolt hit. And the bolt wasn't even aimed at them. It was aimed at us.
You can see him furrow his brow for a second. And he says, "Can I get some time to gather some information?"
Is there a mask wielder here in the city?
There might be.
That would explain it then. And then he had actually looked at Romanor. He was dead. Mask would probably come back after he killed him. then realizing that the mask lit up again because he came back, would have ended up shooting at us, trying to kill him for a second time.
Hey, I don't know. What do you know about the mask wielders, Gordon?
Mask wielders are a strange group of people. None of them work together normally, and some of them are just plain evil. I hear you're going up against one who's just plain evil.
Specifically number 7?
Yep.
Or so.
The way we're handling them currently is partially from the inside. Both Az and Koresh are now members. We know one currently. The others have died once we met them. That being the one from Orsted and the one from Hammerfell Hills. Those are where we got the masks. The only other we know is one that I've come close with. And I'm not sure how much you know about me. I'm sure you know something. Some things I may not even know, but I get the sense that I may very well become a part of this group. Possibly through the task I've taken on is to protect the heart of the Ironwood. If there's anything you know about the specifics, these people, I'd like to know it. They're bad people. I want to remove them from this group.
I do know that the mask wielders are an amoral group. Morals have no place amongst them. Because each mask wielder protects whatever it is they want to protect. Now,
That group, well, you may call it immoral. What they want to protect depends on their morals.
Indeed. Now you see the fallacy.
I want to protect this world from danger, from things taking control that shouldn't be. If I have to join them to do that, I will. But I want to know which of them plans to protect something that isn't good for this world. Likely this number 7, whoever he is a threat. Not only to the other members of that group, not only to us, but to this entire plane.
Number 7 is quite dangerous. From what I hear, his goal is to protect power. Whatever that means.
So I want to stop him. If you can get information on who he is, what he does, where he's from, I'll gladly offer my services or do something that you need me to do.
get you a name.
It's a good step. Names are important.
Names
He
do
looks-
have power.
He looks to Connor and he says, and I still owe you one. So that's my repayment. I'll get you a name.
You do know you don't know me. You have given me more than enough over the years.
And we'll pan over to Az and Koresh.
Resh is staying hidden.
Oh, okay. Is Ash just being silent? You're muted, my friend.
Yes. Totally knew that. Obviously. Just totally knew what I was doing. Az does exactly what she said. She
Okay.
goes outside and finds just some nondescript corner away from people and just stands there, and she's staring off into nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Just a million miles away. Doesn't do a thing.
Give me a perception check, Az.
Be a 27?
You see a very little, tiny robot walking up behind you. It's like a steam engine robot.
And turns to look over her shoulder and just kind of like shoot.
And you hear Ford's voice come from it. It says, "You must be a little distraught."
I wonder why.
Shadow's like, oh fuck.
I do not wonder why, and I regret being the one to tell you. You're strong.
You know. I don't care.
You don't. You are correct. But you're a strong woman, as very strong woman. And you have survived something I myself could not have survived. You've lived in 2 eras in the course of a day. How many of us could say that? What are you going to do with this information, Az?
What am I supposed to do? I couldn't even properly remember that day all these years. And now to find out it's this, what am I supposed to do? This is not something I can fight. And I told myself I was never going back. Now I just know. I never would have won.
Yeah. I've wondered that many times myself. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? I wonder, how often do you mull over something like that?
What do you want from me?
I just want to know, what are you going to do? I've just promised your friends to get a name of this number 7 that you're hunting.
I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. And trying to make this shit right that I apparently fucked up the first time.
You know, I once had a friend who lived a pretty hard life. Was a slave at one point, and then came to own a shop full of herbal treatments. Rash-headed bastard. But one thing that I always admired about him was that the moment he saw someone in need, he thought nothing else of anyone. And I think your people need you.
There are no people left.
You're left, as. And the little tiny robot just kind of like explodes.
This
You're
message-
left.
This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
You're left. Boo! And she just kind of like, ugh, like hops back a couple steps. Ugh. Nope. Nope. And just kind of like summons a dagger and like chucks it at the ground and then goes, picks it up, and it like absorbs, and then she like does it again, just starts throwing daggers at the floor. If I can't stab a person, I'm going to stab a thing.
Important question, as I've just realized.
Sure.
Connor recently had a vision.
Yeah.
When we were running through, like walking through the city, Connor would have been looking around. Did any of it kind of click, like the way the buildings look compared to it?
Indeed it did, my friend.
Okay. As he's sitting at the table, he's just gonna go. He would have actually asked something else. Actually, no. He's about to ask for what about the items. Then his eyes would go wide. He's just like, oh. This is not going to be a good time for us. He's gonna look around and be like, Ramanar,
Yeah.
we're gonna need to prepare for a fight at some point. Ford, you as well.
Me as well.
Look,
Connor, I don't fight anymore, brother.
I know you don't. I've known that for a very long time, even though you end up in situations where you should be fighting. I had a vision of being here within this city and being attacked within these walls. As for when, where, it could be today, it could be tomorrow. As long as we're here, I would rather be prepared. So, I'm warning you, so that way you can keep an eye out for yourself. Because, to be honest, I know that you're still needed. And I would rather no one lose your help.
No, Connor.
Not knowing.
I'd like
Yeah,
to
no,
die in
it's
the
fine.
next few years.
Yes, but
What?
I'd rather not be due to a freaking bolt straight to the
Damn
chest.
minute.
Wait a damn minute.
Ford is not eternal. He is not a god. By any
Ford has just been forced to live a very long life.
He says, well, he like snaps his fingers and like a Leonin walks in, a real buff Leonin, probably the most attractive man you've ever seen in your life, Connor. And he looks at him and he says, There's a mask wielder who has a number 7 on his forehead. We need that name. You have a week. Leonin nods and runs out.
I'm gonna take a guess. His name's Big Catman.
No. See, his name.
Gato.
If he's that big
Gato
and that
grande.
buff, if he's that big and that buff, it's got to be fucking Mufasa. If it's not Mufasa, then I'm not happy. Mufasa.
Scar. But
God. Oh, shit. Oh no. But then again,
He is the
Someone
mask
all
wielder. No.
the mask wielder is now a Leonin.
yeah. He says, well, you all need some sleep. You got what? A day and a half before you need to head back to Orsted, Connor?
Technically half a day, but I can make that trip in
Hey,
10
Ford.
minutes.
Yeah.
Az was given a deja vu dice.
As was given a deja vu dash.
Can we do a deja vu to see if she remembers ever going back to the home and what happened?
Yeah, if that's exactly what you want to go for, yeah, you want to do that?
Yes.
Yeet.
We're gonna go odd today.
Okay,
See what
today's
happens.
odd. Or you can call a specific number as Shaq. And if you get the
Oh.
specific number, you are allowed to know a piece of information of your choosing. Complete and
Want me
total
to guess a
honesty.
number?
Or you can just
Fine.
go even or odd.
Can
Odd.
I say? Can you
wanna
pick?
say odd?
Can you pick both?
No.
If it can be odd
I'ma
or
just-
it could be.
There's no fucking way.
Going for
I'm
odd?
just gonna go
Hey,
with
how
odd.
about Ford? How about
Hey.
roll it? You give whether or not it's odd or even. She has to guess from those numbers. So 1 in 10 chance.
Okay. Do you want to do that? Or you want to just go odd?
We're just gonna go odd.
Alright, cool. Odd it is. I rolled a 4.
God damn it.
You try to remember, like, did I ever do this?
Sapphire is rolling a natural one.
Did I ever do this? And you just can't remember. Thanks, Brandon.
Hey, Ford, can I deja vu whether or not Romanor ever remembers letting go more than once?
Letting go? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Even or odd. I got an 8.
God damn
Oh
it.
well.
Apparently, the dice said it's an even day.
Oh, there.
It is the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, if you had gotten that right, Romanor, I was gonna paint a gruesome picture.
Ooh.
Something along the lines of like Romanor's hands like soaked in someone else's blood, you know?
Oh, you're talking about he did a predator. He pulled out their spine.
If
Got it.
if he feels like there was a good reason to do it, he would do that. He doesn't care about blood or
That's
killing
fair.
somebody. If they did something wrong, for him
Yeah,
to make
I'd have
that
to make it
choice,
even crazier, wouldn't I? I'd have to be like, yeah, you see Az looking at you in pure fear. Like, something like that.
probably something.
No, Az wouldn't look at him in fear. She'd do him one of these.
I feel like she wouldn't. Yeah, she wouldn't be afraid. She'd just be like dumbfounded, like you just did that.
But at the same time, she's like, yeah.
Alright. Says, y'all need to get some rest. I think Az is gonna be a few minutes.
Yeah, probably.
Is there a tavern we need to go to
You guys can sleep here
in this room?
in this castle.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never slept anything more than the floor of a tavern room or back home where I actually have beds big enough for me.
We got a bed big enough for you here, boy.
What?
Would be nice. My back's been getting stiff.
And with that,
Connor would definitely release the other two, like where they're heading to.
Here, you know what we need while we're here with Ford? Ford needs to build Ramanor a portable bed that is big enough for him.
You know the foldable. You know the foldable boat.
Home dog.
Right, you need like the foldable boat magic item, but it's like a foldable bed.
Wait, hold up. Before anything else, Connor goes, wait, you still have items for us.
That I do.
We need those.
But let's just rest.
With that, we'll end today's episode.
Da-da.
Da-da-da-da.
Emotional
Da-da-da.
damage.
Yep.
I
That's
can't
what
believe I
happened.
like got a little choked up talking about Az's backstory.
Well, it's fucking dark. Shaq says, my character. They have to have the darkest backstories.
They have to hurt.
They're not all dark.
Not only did her parents die, no, her entire family, her entire
She-
city
She
taken
Itachi
over.
knows.
So
Listen,
I'm
hold
gonna
on,
just
wait,
put a
wait.
few out here. I'm gonna put a few
Killed
out
her
here
own
for example.
fiance.
So you have Az with one of the darker backstories. You have Jenna. We're not even gonna go into that. We have Kimber. We have Kiari. We have
Oh man,
Kadani
Kiari.
wasn't so bad. Kiari had some shit. There's so many.
Shaq,
many.
it's okay. You build the backstory of a rogue for every
Let-
every class. Like,
Let's have
I was not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. When I started hearing the backstory, in my head, I'm just like, hey, it's Garnet all over again.
Oh god.
Because
Tobias
Garnet
got his
calls.
money though.
Uh-huh. Tobias
Leave me
does
alone.
love money.
I'm sorry, I have too much trauma in my past that I don't know what being happy and not having trauma would look like, so I can't build my characters that way. The closest I've gotten, I think, is my most recent, who is actually on our Westmarch server. But even that's a bit dark.
My most recent
it's not
character is
traumatic.
darkness.
Listen, I made a true-blooded being in that Westmart server. I did it. I finally did it. I made a character
I.
without any trauma, and then immediately he got trauma by joining in some of these fucking missions. So,
Hey, I
You
have
got
a
eaten
weird...
by a mountain.
That did happen. I actually still have that, my bean there. So, that plasmoid bean. Can't argue with that one.
It's not a bean, and you know it.
see, now
She is a
just-
bean.
Not
for-
with the art that you gave him.
just
All the
for
characters I make
Mr.
also have
Yeah.
trauma.
That is not my fault.
Or the roles in the NSFW channel.
That is also not my fault. She is
Sarah,
a bean
roll
with
for
the body of
okay.
stone.
Before we start talking about our NSFW channel, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for being here. We appreciate
Bye,
you. Twisted Perceptions brought to you by Playerheaded Gaming. Bye.